I didn't scream, didn't slam doors, didn't throw the champagne glass, though my fingers itched to shatter it against the wall. Instead, I just stared at the keys dangling from my father's hand, shiny, taunting, held out like bait to my brother. "Congrats," Dad said, raising his glass to the golden boy. "Here's your car, son." Then he turned to me. His voice shifted, colder, firmer. "Rent's due. $900 by Sunday. You're an adult now." No smile, no joke, no congratulations. I asked quietly, barely above a whisper, "Why do I pay while he gets rewarded?" Dad didn't flinch. Because in his eyes, my brother was worth it. That moment cut deeper than when Daniel stole my fiancé. Deeper than when she slid the ring off my finger and onto his. This was a verdict, the cold sentence that sealed my fate. You are nothing. So that night I packed. Quietly. One bag, no noise. Left a note on the fridge that simply said, "Thank you for teaching me who I am not." Then I vanished. Daniel was born with teeth sharp enough to cut steel, and a smile sweet enough to hide the blood beneath. Charming. Always having the perfect answer, the praise, the spotlight. And I, quiet, careful, calculated, standing beside him like a shadow, one with no light of its own. But I had built something, a business, a future, and a fiancée, Lena. We met in a coding boot camp. She hated coffee, loved puzzles, and laughed like a secret unspooling in the dark. She stood by me through lean years, endless nights, ramen dinners, and failed product launches. Until one day, Daniel helped with a pitch. One dinner turned into two. Two turned into her phone on silent. I should have seen it. The long glances, the late replies, the distance growing teeth of its own. Then came the call. Lena's voice cracked. "I'm sorry," she said. It just happened. Like love was a car crash, not a choice. For 3 weeks, I was silent. People confuse silence with surrender. That's their mistake. My silence was a scalpel. I used it to dissect every memory, every moment, every vulnerability I'd ever shown to either of them. Then I planned. First, I cleaned my accounts, liquidated quietly, moved assets into an LLC under a friend's name, someone I trust more than blood. Then I backtracked every deal Daniel had ever made on my startup. The investor introductions, the tied strings I hadn't noticed. They left a trail. And Lena? She still had access to some of our shared projects, code licenses, data. So I poisoned the well, subtle lines of code looping perfectly until the switch date, then fracturing everything. A time bomb only I could stop. Meanwhile, I smiled, showed up at their engagement party, handed them a gift, 2 custom watches. What they didn't know was that those watches had tiny mics synced to a private server, recording every fight, every whisper of guilt, a symphony of betrayal. I stayed gone for a year, built something better, launched a new startup, AI-based fraud detection. Funny, isn't it? Using betrayal to build the very tool that exposes it. Then came yesterday, the trigger. They were finally married. Dad threw a family dinner. Lena sat at the table, where she once told me she wanted 3 kids and a dog. Daniel pulled up in the same car Dad gave him. And I walked in, uninvited. The room fell quiet. I smiled, calm, collected. "You're not welcome here," Dad said. I looked at Lena. "You left for ambition, not love. You should have picked someone smarter." She blinked, confused. Daniel stood, voice sharp. "Get out." I held up a remote and clicked play. From the speakers came Daniel's voice, recorded 2 months ago. "She's not even the one I wanted. But hey, free ride, right? Her startup equity's better than his." Then Lena's reply. "Do you think he suspects?" He was always too trusting. Her face drained. Dad dropped his fork. Daniel lunged at me, but I'd already stepped back. "Oh, and by the way, I added, your startup's IP? Contaminated. You pitched code you didn't understand. You'll be getting a cease and desist by morning. Investors are pulling out. One already called me." I turned to my father. "You asked why I pay while he gets rewarded? Because you thought he was worth it." I leaned in, calm and clear. "He's not." Then I walked out. Today, Daniel and Lena are panicking. Their companies are under investigation. Accounts frozen. The car? Repossessed. Dad's calling every number he can. Lawyers, investors, me. Mom's screaming about fairness, about favoritism. Apparently, she found my note again, framed it, said it was the only honest thing ever said in that house. And me? I'm watching the fallout from a rooftop, coffee in hand, sun on my face. Funny, they thought they buried me. But I was the seed. Final note, never mistake silence for weakness. It's just the sound of a blade being sharpened.